Welcome to the wonderful world of books, one of Seven Worlds in Seven World Productions, a subsidiary of Angel Graham Music. My name is Gino, and I am the sole owner of Angel Graham Music, as well as the executive director of Seven World Productions. We have a treat for you today in our world of books, and that treat is of a poet, an unknown poet for a lot of folk, but a very well-known singer for some other folk. Back in the 1980s, I was privileged and honored to work for about 10, 15 years for an RCA Victor recording artist by the name of John Gary. He was a tremendous singer, but little is known of the fact that he also wrote a series of poems. We have here his voice recorded back then, and we have 15 of his poems that are in A Fragment of Time, which was put into a book and later released and published. We hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of a long piece, about an hour long, but it's well worth listening to hear John's voice and his speaking voice as he narrates all of his poems that he wrote. Hope you enjoy this, and if you like this, please click like, and if you haven't subscribed to us yet, please subscribe and leave comments and let us know what you think of him. But this is John Gary as a poet. Enjoy and be inspired.
This book is called A Fragment of Time. It's dedicated to the political magicians who mesmerize the public into thinking they have a good reason to take as much of our earnings as they do. Yes, and they're so very good at it that they will ultimately derive more monetary sustenance than I from this book. And even then, I will be overjoyed about it. It's also dedicated to my friends who knew me when I was a singer. It's dedicated to Bob Downs, also president of Heritage Press, for the quality he demands of his craft. To Mike Windsor for the creative attitude he maintained as art director of this work. To Rudy Bender for the photographs. To John Jr., John Andrew, Matthew Allen, in hopes they understand. And to Lee, thanks, my love. The foreword in the book is the title given the second and third page of this book, attempting to clarify in advance exactly what it is, does, says, or has. 101, it has 116 pages that have been set, typed, and printed, then bound and packaged beautifully. It has 16 artfully photographed moments that relate, as I see it, to the writing on the opposite page. It even has a few extra names on the front for writing names on. Some of the words as they're strung together are light and some are heavy. It contains truth as I see it, sometimes as a poem, other times in prose. It contains some philosophy simply as thoughts that scampered through my brain long enough for me to get a pencil. It took 10 years to compile these few words and takes only a fragment of time to read. If in the deep and silent earth where time, withdrawn from me, I lie, can after life a little worth give from my grave, although I die, perhaps a note or two in song may linger in the ear a while, or from the pen where thoughts belong to paper may create a smile. If, as a man, I gave one word, where words are taken as a token, and in the saying it was heard, I'm grateful that the word was spoken. If in immortal slumber I can, in my final changeless pose, grow from the soul toward the sky in grateful tribute, one red rose. And if that rose be looked upon, and deep approval breathed within, the beauty of sharing never gone, life again does then begin. I would of all my values find and pray that in the restless winds that blow, a gust of my small effort find a seed to carry and earth to grow. Love explodes without a sound, warmness screaming noiselessly, staggering gracefully as if balanced by tomorrow. Cascading clouds billow onto textured shadows while blurred breathing sparkles. A tremble milks velvet nerves and yesterday is forgotten. Love is captive in the hibernative protection of a cuddle. What near-sighted fools are we, with vision less than blind to see our gifts of nature's giving free, the love of God bestowed on you and me. If we could, our minds but meet and open up our souls to greet the darkness with a ray of light, to guide us through this pitch of night, then things we seek but seldom find to meet and know the inner mind are here before us even now, and they themselves will show us how. The word love, it's a roughly cut word, like a diamond with many facets. How easily in its variety of disguises it blunts its most potent purpose. The complex connotations of the word minimize its most vital intent. It should exemplify in its single usage the descriptive vacuum man suffers through its misuse. It should, of its own composition, nullify the need for further primping. There's an endless soliloquy that haunts its use only to effect a rainbow that of its own magic blends itself. It takes courage not to offend its meaning with uninspired generalities. Idle abuse of the word love is the witless exuberance of the insensitive. It's the improper characterization of things that are out of proportion with its relationship to them. It's an uneducated coloring with valueless pastels. War is the sacrificial use of the innocent to justify political beliefs. It's man's incapability to communicate with man. It's a futile stalemate or loss of the global chessboard on which such games are played. Peace is 1971 years late. Like the lyrics of a song, you are. Like an incandescent dawn, you are in my dreams where you belong. You are every sweet thing to me. Artful shades of soft pastel, you are. Where a part of heaven fell, you are. Love that words can never tell, you are like an angel to me. Though I knew all the while what you do with your smile, I wasn't able to resist falling so in love, and so surprised I am, thrilled with what I realized I am, filled with what I prized I am, hoping you are, knowing I am yours. Brotherhood is anticipating someone else's need. It's organizing tomorrow's security. It's containing anger with a smile. It's planting love in the garden of God, for there it cannot die but will grow and return unto you. Ecology is a word everybody has just learned and likes to say. It's man's concern for man. It's looking at tomorrow. Pollution is thoughtlessness. It's man thinking the earth is bigger than it is. It's man unimpressed by how small the earth is. It's man forgetting that outdoors is his front yard too. Soul is the gift inside the package. Life seems such an aimless venture, paced far too fast for so short a span, eagerly resisting health and age itself of living men. It seems good logic to assume that though the clock appears too hasty, racing man to doom, it must instead be clocking out our merits and our deeds until the living man is dead too soon. You cannot beat nor even tie the hands that tick away, and life goes on as the clock is wound for someone else each day. So make a rainbow from within, unleash its radiant glow, and let the world go racing by. See how far they go. We have only paused a while for some unanswered reason here. So drink from Mother Nature's stream, and let the raindrops be your tear. No other tear is worth the sorrow, lest a cinder wash away and leave your eyes a little clearer for another day. Why waste your time in torment over storms from God's command? See instead the tender sapling rising from its bed, then yawning in the face of sunbeams from the fireball in his hand. The seasons come, the seasons go, their purpose to fulfill. But this grain of sand, within a grain of sand, can wonder still about the senseless hustle of it all. It makes such little sense to me to struggle for the pay from those who'd give their bottom dollar just to be able to say they owned a one-way ticket straight to paradise, when all the while I know that ticket can't be bought at any price, because the only way you get there is by being where you are and knowing that you are there, belong there. That's the key. You'll soon discover that this paradise we seek to find was in the word belonging. There is no other kind. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. How I wish I'd never said those words before. I'll never fall in love again. Though I've seen you only once, I've seen you in 1,000 dreams. I was sure I'd never love, but here I am, it seems. I'm so in love with loving you. How I love the love I love. And I thought I'd never fall in love again. I felt it happening. Suddenly, the happening, that sudden, soaring feeling was love again. I won't try to understand something I never knew. All I know is what I feel, and all I feel is you. Here I am in love with you, yes. I'm so in love with you, and I thought I'd never fall in love again. Learning is the sponging up of the knowledge of others. Knowledge is the acquiring of things learned to be used by man characteristic of his individual personality. Wisdom is being unafraid to profit by the mistakes of men with knowledge and learning. Now, genius is a man with wisdom, yet with courage enough to make mistakes that learning and knowledge would forbid him to. Evolution is the inevitability of man with courage. seed when placed in fertile soil. If treated well to spur the growth, then small the chance that it will spoil. But unattended seeds will stay unopened to the gleaming sun, as will the mind of man, who places learning far behind his fun. So cultivate and water well the knowledge we attain, and let the future be our goal, accomplishment our gain. And as the years move swiftly on in time, our merits questioned, you feel confident that those who follow profit by this one suggestion. Treat yourself as though a seed that has to bloom or die. Drink full and long of things to learn, and place your goal too high. The lonely streets of gratitude are all so seldom tread that we might fall along the way of lighted roads more often led, where we view to our chagrin the poverty that lies within the gaudy windows along the way, and see behind the glitter there a sham and tinsel of the wear. If oft in wild meandering my mind does seem to stow itself, it seems that such an inward gaze upon your very love my inner eye prevails. Indeed, it almost permeates the tender fibers not yet hardened by the years, and yet it cannot know the anger made of mortal stuff that forces that lusty inner eye upon your form entranced to quicken with the sudden knowledge that I will have only that inner gaze of memory to warm my distant pulse. The tears, strange how they, like mercury, find their way easily, warm and in a blurry, salty bath. My cheeks I helplessly wipe with already dampened sleeves, the sting of burning, tired eyes that have searched so desperately all the loving that surrounds them. Oh, how my heart cries too with loneliness it knows tomorrow cannot hide. If love is all I know my heart and brain has stirred and mixed, then love is every moment beautiful. Everything we know is ours will trigger an inner grin to my soul, and time will mark until I come back to you. A touch scatters loneliness and softens the edges of our life. It borrows the soul in the lightning of an instant and nudges the heart. A touch competes with discomfort, cushions hardship, and is the master doctor of love. A touch is like an invisible kiss. It's an April wind and the view into your eyes. A touch classifies man's dignity. It either nullifies superiority, equalizes inferiority, or qualifies the minority. A touch is the sculptor of the buttercup and the glisten on the dewdrop in the meadow of dawn. Courage is the disposal of doubt and fear. It is the manifestation of belief in your own personal convictions. It is the ability to take the tranquility of pacifism out of its inarticulate form and hurl it into the roaring accuracy of living. To accrue piecemeal portions of stamina only to mold one mountainous deed is courage. The transition which takes place in the body through a courageous conviction transforms the mildest man into an unshakable power, equipped and well able to slay whatever demon of disbelief encounters his purpose. There is no armor needed, for no harm can come to the man who knows that in his mind, heart, and soul, after all else, his judgment was his own. But it also takes courage to stand strongly, wizened by your learning, then yield to a broader opinion sprinkled on you in the very heat of your belief. It is the nomenclature of a man with courage to encounter every question affirmatively. It is the transfusion of your reflections into the artery of living, the cohesion of your beliefs with the standards of coexistence. Courage is a discomfort thrust upon those who have none. It's an uneasiness caused by the teetering caution they have regarding their own abilities. To love without reservations or qualification is courage, because it becomes the relinquishing of the self and applying the soothing embrace of it to another's every breath. It takes courage to share the heartbeat of life with someone whose pulse is so quickened by your very touch. Courage because the disguise of passion is so often the jester whose purpose has been fulfilled. It takes time to be treasured, time to improve, time to learn how to less awkwardly move. It takes time to be measured, time to acquire the full value of our worth, our dream or desire. Truth is seeing your reflection in a pond. Courage is dropping a pebble thereupon. Truth is knowing this is what we are, a reflection only for a moment here. Courage is to see in depth, beneath the surface mirrored image, the many other faces there to know. Truth is the discipline of the brain that enables us to judge ourselves fairly to others. Truth is courage in the sense that in order to face second best, you must be willing to be best at being second. Courage is a man filled with gratitude who, through his efforts, has been able to see the fruition of his dream. Courage is sharing this humility with others by donating himself and his victory to his admirers. On the other hand, it sometimes takes courage to deny a dream's fulfillment only to preserve the dream. By the inexplicable solace of night, subjected to a quarrel within the restless me, to fight I argue that which lays me down, and causes sleep wherein my dreams I drown. I, in preference, find the better me alone at night in search of we, the you and I, that in tomorrow's day let this, as others, fade away. But strangely opposed within our habits misconstrue the joy of night, yet losing you. Our fears do separate our customs so that transient thoughts within emotions glow, only to muddle up the pure and coddle not that which is sure. If I in predetermined conflict cause that moment where your heart can pause, and in lonely desperation discontinue to repeat the pulse that quickens when we meet, if in demure and silent attitude I notice night, then you intrude. Long lived with customs, so inclined do show uneasy calm, though chambered torment know. My shallow, selfish one desire, not of your intentions do inquire, nor find one accolade to give defense to yours whose night has no pretense. I must, however strange it seems, regret that in your total radiant solitude, though hopefully I within your dreams intrude, shall all alone the night have viewed, and within my inner choosings to portray, have chosen night instead of day. Anger is self-insulting. It verifies your inability to reason with the intellect via words. Anger is also an attempt to intimidate your opponent when wit and wisdom fail. How does anger feel to me? Purple pressure rushes to the inner edge of my temples. Lightning seems lazy by comparison. All things vanish from the iris of my pupil except the pinpoint focus of molten hell laser beamed into your heart. Incoherent spitting of mismatched words disassemble themselves off my tongue. I shudder as though the hammer inside the largest bronze bell on earth just struck and I were wrapped within. I sputter acid reprisals in a hopeless attempt to gain control of a brain that by this time is a four-cornered, 5 o'clock, horn-blowing traffic jam. Conception. That's God's ego manifesting itself in the radiant beauty of a woman. Birth. That's the moment when you begin to grow old. Infancy is the time allowed for uninhibited learning. Pre-adolescence is the span of time used to learn inhibitions. Adolescence is the awkward self-teaching in a desperate struggle to become uninhibited again. Youth is energy rushing into manhood. Adult? Well, that's a word made up for people who learned inhibitions again. Manhood is when a mysterious voice whispers in your ear who you are. Womanhood? That's understanding manhood as it whispers in your ear and tells you who you are. Maturity? That's being self-conscious without being inhibited. Old age is the anguish of staying as long as you always hoped you could and becoming inhibited again. Death? That's losing your inhibitions. Paradise? Well, that's the span of time between conception and death. While they fleetingly search yesterday, I ponder tomorrow, seeking satisfaction, hope reborn. Progress makes time pull forward, trying desperately to regain the direction that leads. Hasty desire can disrupt. We philosophize, yet cope poorly, trying to understand our shortcomings. Fire burns passionately into me, making tenderness. Sweating beads of emotion springing forth from depths chambered blissfully. Deserted minds feed upon chemical love, creating souls deliberately without compassion. They come running backwards into an oasis, swaggering proudly, creating oblivion where no one cares to stumble. Lovely one, there's nothing to be so sad for. See the sun, lovely one. Then the blue of your eyes will shine, and the birds will sing a very special song. Even though the words for you may all be wrong, they'll sing for you. I will too if you'll wipe away that tear. If you'll take my hand, hold my hand. Maybe I will smile too. Fly aimlessly on like a tailless kite. Give tomorrow no further regard, and you'll notice, because of your erratic flight, that the path of completion is hard. Not hard in its texture beneath your feet. The contrary is true there indeed. The soft, easy steps of the aimless repeat what reflections the mind uses for seed. The whole hypocrite, pious umbrella, incomplete. Heaven's tribunal pours through. Holiness enters by the whole-iness, and judges in fact what no shelter hides. The holy book in hand, on lap, under arm, omnipresent badge of courage. Plead his will and do thine own. Think, holy me, yet God shall see. Fermented losings catapult anxieties toward calculated hypocrisy. God, pinnacle symbol of love, suddenly emerges companioned. The near complete, the devil won, the inner part abandoned. 6 days to sin, Sundays make me straight. 6 days to lose, 1 day to win. God is automatically the one to blame when the earth opens up and swallows your progress. God is the sounding board for the profane. He is the physician of the sanctimonious, the first excuse for success, and the devil's advocate for failure. Strange, though, isn't it, that success seldom requests introductions to God, but failures hammer at his door to be introduced. In the morning of my life, with the innocence of youth, my eyes could only see the surface of what later was the truth. I saw a pretty picture of a father and his son. The boy was just a baby, but the two of them were one. And there was no frame to keep the picture hanging on the wall, and soon the father and his boy were never there at all. Many years went by, and when the boy became a man, he found a canvas and a frame. And through the years he ran until his picture was restored. He searched for truth and won. He found the way to know his father was to have a son. Wintertime and Christmas time fill my heart with song. The melody is joyful if the children sing along. Snowmen growing up in front of houses everywhere. Christmas trees and silver tinsel topped with angel hair. And we're all like little snowflakes, not two of us the same. We come and go like wintertime, yet we're all so glad we came. Wintertime brings Christmas time, and this we know is true. The wise men saw the light of God come brightly shining through. It's the time of year for singing of the love he gave to you. A kiss, that's a gesture of softness to replace a word. It's more than lips that meet. It's a tender struggle to become a dream, to make two dreams become complete. So the kiss becomes supreme. A kiss can be a sunbeam on a marigold or a moonbeam gleaming in your eye. A kiss can make the heart of any lover slightly bold, like a shooting star that kissed the sky. While the circle swells around us and magic love prevails, memories of yesterday proceed to fill the sails. We push the ship nostalgia toward tomorrow's dawn, while bursitis and neuralgia remind us that yesterday is gone. Caution holds the oar as winter's new fold speculate. For full-blown gales are sometimes known when needed, blown too late. But so it is with life. When blowing needs to be is not. And when it's not that blowing is claimed to be too hot. I search for interior vision and sound of creation, for the unbroken seed of life and beauty, the tubeless, unused oils, the unmolded earth. I plant love in the garden of God, for there it cannot die, but will grow and return unto me. What is a friend? A friend is a reflection, good, true. You see him not, but he sees you, and in reflection he can speak and show within where you are weak. brook beside the cottonwood tree has always been high in my memory. The vines that clung along chimney and wall, the gophers that didn't want them clinging at all, the flowers in spring, the leaves in the fall, and the snow we had in winter wasn't very much at all. But though the seasons came and made the years go by, and the place is just the same beneath the deep and changeless sky, the pine and shingled cabin with lantern burning bright, and the quilted bed, the rocking chair, and mother's song into the night. The bridle, unused by the bay anymore, hangs from a nail on the back of the door, and the broken down surrey all covered with dust holds a greaseless old axle, now coated with rust, and a wheel that shall roll to the village no more lies broken and rotting on the hay-covered floor. But here in the country, with eventide nigh, the sunbeam takes leave of the farm and flies to her mother, half winking her eye, and leaves till tomorrow the deepening sky. Man is fraught with frailties, more often caused by the inconsistency of living than the consistency of laziness. Laziness is a habit not enjoyed by those with a fertile mind, not even encountered by those with a dream. Inspiration is when a dream stirs the imagination of others. Acquaintance is the association of two bodies. Friendship is the melting together of two sympathetic souls. Love is the spirit child born of their union. Hold dear the hand whose firmness says our friendship's test has seen, and look to those whose weakness says their loyalty is green. The strength of time is that whose sinews sweat made strong. The timber of a man, my friend, is in his word, and not his song. Said the little girl bee to the little boy bee, "Don't annoy me, can't you see I'm a busy bee?" With that, the little boy bee bumbled off, and she was sure he mumbled something as he left, like, "I love you." She could hear his words buzzing in her heart, "I love you." And she said, "Oh, little boy bee, what am I going to do?" It would take her hours of looking through the flowers of love from bloom to bloom, so she stood on top of a clover blossom and said, "Little boy bee, don't play possum. Don't be coy, because I love you too. I love you. Hear me loud and clear. I'm singing, I love you. Oh, little boy bee, what am I going to do?" Off in the distance, she could hear a rumbling that was getting near. It sounded like a mumbling bumblebee. But the lightning started crashing round, and the little girl bee was almost drowned by the raindrops, big as she was, coming down. When all of a sudden, she was free and on the knee of the little boy bee. And he was humming, "Honeybee, come with me, 'cause I love you. And we'll pollinate while saying, I love you. Come with me and be my honeybee." High upon a hill, heaven-kissing ground, hand in hand we see beauty all around. Touch the sky, it isn't very high, while clover sandals round your feet. Feel the earth, you'll soon discover far below in the world we see, no one else will love quite like you and me. Just one kiss, then heaven and earth are still. The sky above, the world below can vanish on a hill. You taught me to love, taught me to care, taught me to cry. You showed me the way. I learned to say, "Don't turn me away." I coasted along, bathing in warm with whatever I'd find. I know I was wrong, taking it all, just a matter of time until you, sure I was through, looked in my eyes and said, I knew it was true. I needed to fly only to keep me from starting to cry. There's much more to love than loving. There's empty moments loving never can fill. Love never will. Trying is wrong. Where did you go last night, sweet darling? Where did you go last night? Did you go to the arms of a waiting lover there in the pale moonlight? Or did you go to the shore by the water? Or did you go to the shore? Where many a stone we have skipped on the water and then looked around for more. I worried hard, I worried long. I even cried when I tried to sing our special song. I waited till my heart was broken, then I was filled with fear, because I knew only trouble could cause you to keep me anxiously waiting here. Tell me, my love, that you've not found another. Tell me, my love, that you've not. Then I'll kiss your lips till I burn with the fever from all the love that I've got. I won't spend my life without you. Will you share your world with me? Years are separated seasons. Take my ring, so there can be time for babies and time for warm. And see the miracle we'll perform. Just 3 seasons, winter, spring, and summer. Then in autumn's morning, new life's born. Though I plant a seed this winter, still I'll shelter you from harm, blooming through the spring and summer till you're holding heaven's arm. Autumn baby, love has warmed. See the miracle we performed. Just 3 seasons, winter, spring, and summer. Then the crowning moment, love adorned. The eager germ of a jealous thought quickly devours and enjoys your condition. After feasting, then fattened and fit for dessert, nibbles away at your poise for nutrition. Forget it. Don't remember what I told you, and my secret need to hold you. Won't you please forget it all? The promise, given in a tender moment, knowing not what all the glow meant. Please forget it all. We met, we had romance. We've given love a chance, only nothing happened deep within my heart. So give this thing a chance to fall apart. Now try to forget it. All your warm and tender kisses. Plans for you to be my missus. I don't think I ever can. I don't have to show I love you, just to prove my love is strong. You keep on saying, show me one more time before you're gone. I'm in love with you, my darling, and I know that you love me. Still, I want the same assurance. Hold me close and let it be. When you put the two together, then the poem starts to rhyme. Our love begins to make it happen. Birds will sing, bells will chime. One more time. Prove you love me. One more time I need to know. One more time I need your arms around me. One more time before you go. There are too many good things happening to let the bad things bring you down. No matter how wrong the world is acting, there are good things to be found. Whenever the little devil starts getting beneath your skin, take a good look around and say, get behind me, Satan. You ain't gonna make me sin. If ever you decide to grab a whirlwind and whip yourself up in a fuss, take a good look around at the good things happening. And the best thing around is us. So, when you latch onto a cyclone and get all heated up in a sweat, have another look around at the good things happening. We're the best thing that's happened yet. Hang on to me, like I'm gonna hang on to you. In every little thing that you do, I want to be with you. You've got a little wheel turning in my heart. It shows me, darling, that we should never part. It tells me that this love was meant to be and will never set us free. It makes me sad when I'm not near you. I feel so bad not to see or hear you. So hang on to me. We'll walk hand in hand to our destiny. We'll sit beneath the happy marriage tree. There'll be no one there but you and me. In my hand I hold my destiny to find someone to love, to share my dreams with me, or to wander through my life and never know what it's like to feel that warm and tender glow. In my heart I store a memory within a darkened corner, hidden tenderly. And if I should keep it there, I'll never know what it's like to feel that warm and tender glow. I must erase forever from my mind the plan of love that filled a lifetime for two. I must go on, and maybe I will find another way to make a dream come true. In my song, perhaps, two lovers kiss. Maybe they will know the thrill of endless bliss. If only this were true, well then I'd surely know what it's like to feel that warm and tender glow. Brown-eyed baby boy, going fishing today, wishing today that the biggest trout in all the world would take your bait away. Sitting there beneath the tree, breeches rolled up to your knee, cast your line into the deep. Doggy sees you fall asleep, drowsy head, off to sleep. Brown-eyed baby boy, you'll get your wish today. Catch your dream fish today. The biggest trout in all the world will take your bait away, baby boy. Brown-eyed baby boy. Though we've been in love for many years and the good times we shared have come with smiles and gone with tears, all the traveling I've been doing has to bring you down. Even then, I know we're getting there. Just so long as we remember holding hands and the feeling that our children bring, we share in all our plans. The good Lord looked at us and seemed to say it's coming true. Keep on trying, 'cause you're getting there. Nearly the words are the three that I know, but they'll never let my feelings show. Nearly enough are the words in my heart. I'll say much more, but before I start, there must be some more extravagant way. Words that embrace what my heart wants to say. Flowery phrases wouldn't show me how, never knowing what love was like till now. I'm sure I'll search just like all lovers do. I'll find the right combination for you, moving words around until I find some way to give you love, newly shined, fresh and lovely just like you. Tracy, that mighty little spirit, lithe, agile, fast, and gentle. So tiny in my arms, and so very sentimental. With tears, she smiles away the heartbreak of goodbye. She makes the lighted homestay burning as we lift off toward the sky. Efficient foster mother of her brothers, Chris and Paul, while Rick, her older brother, teaches her the wherewithal. There goes a possum sniffing of an orange blossom, looking for a mate maybe. There goes a squirrel, looking for a girly squirrel, wondering where his sweetie could be. There goes a weasel. Funny how a little squeez'll make him fall in love again. There goes a rooster crowing like his daddy used to because he's got a pretty little hen. And there goes a turtle, looking for a myrtle turtle. Never raced the hare no more. There goes a bunny, looking for a honey bunny. Racing made his feet a little sore. Look for a mate while the sun still shines. Look for a mate, my darling. Look for a mate while the moon is high, and tell the morning star you're trying. There goes a cricket, looking through the thicket for a pretty cricket who he loves. And here I go. I'll be looking for you. How could you think that I'd ignore you? I want to show that I adore you. Let me plead my case before you. I love you. I stand accused of no affection. Still, no sign of good detection. I think you should refer to section I love you. Then you'll see there will be you for me forever. The only witness I can bring you is the love for you I cling to, and the early spring you always bring to me. Don't convict me in a hurry. You can't be both judge and jury. The grounds you have cause me no worry. I love you. Can't you see? Loving me, there would be acquittal. Just love me a little. I would show no great restraint if in summation to the plaintiff I could prove you scatterbrained if you loved me. As my wife, to reassure me, we'd make our life a lovely journey. Let me be your heart's attorney. Please, love me. No hearsay can convey or portray my feelings. The circumstantial case presented is certainly unprecedented. I pray the pieces are cemented. Rest my case. I'm just killing time talking to myself, like a lonely bookend sitting on a shelf. I love you, yes I do, my love, and because I'm all alone, I'm like a lonely puppy dog who hasn't got a bone. You broke my heart in two the day you said goodbye to me. You left my heart hanging from a weeping willow tree. Give me one more chance to show you how I've changed my ways, because time just won't mean anything. It hasn't now for days. Please come back, my darling. Then I'll prove my love to you. Or at least, come back and help me kill some time until I do. Downstream of the current astride a horse, while his back shuns the north. These are not she, although truer than true, both are called Lee. Sure is the first part, and remains, though departed, her widowed imperial strength unretarded. Four born into life's love, four given to him, who forlorn without her love no song to begin. While cheer filled her highs, dramatic directions unveil. Fear's years muster on Democrat soil. Harbor her love as a shelter, not jail. Career rears luster. not erratic embroil. Three-cornered clover, sparkling with dew, a picnic basket, sunshine, and you. A gentle breeze blowing, rosy cheeks glowing. Oh, is there anything better to do? Carving a heart on a tall oak tree, so lovers that follow can always see that we were together in wild flower weather. Oh, is there any place better to be? The lovebirds high up in the treetops try to fly away to be alone. Darling, when we kiss, my heart stops. It's a feeling everyone in love has known. I'll weave a dandelion necklace for you and put a buttercup under your chin and ask you, what makes your eyes so blue? This is the kind of love I love to be in. Said the little man from Holland to the little English miss, could you give this little man from Holland just a little kiss? Said the shy little miss from England to the man with the gleam in his eye, I'm quite surprised at your approach, but it wouldn't harm to try. So try he did for a year and a half, courting all the while, and then he said, surely we should wed. And they both began to smile, so the little man from Holland kissed his little English miss, and arm in arm they strolled away to enjoy a life of bliss. Then the little man from Holland took his little English bride to a little home in Holland just to keep her by his side, the family side, a point of pride. So there in a little cottage they started a family, which came by ones and twos, threes, with such amazing ease that every room in the house was filled with laughs and lullabies. Oh, what bliss from just a kiss by a sweet little English miss. To experience the satisfaction of your most careful self-appraisal and wallow in contentment within the framework of a mathematical compromise between receiving and accepting is greed. To usurp the vitality and ambition of someone else's creative impulses and please yourself with the belief that this is my accomplishment is greed. To withhold the one particle that perhaps completes the artistic vehicle out of which your division was less is greed. To annoy your inner heart by demanding that it may not be penetrated and yet allow yourself entrance in that welcome sacred chamber of the friends is greed. To hoard the earthly substance that chuckles when you die so that you might make comfort for yourself while others wonder why is greed. To tease the empty guts of hunger if with naught for food indeed. To simulate a pleasing countenance with gritted teeth is greed. To share success with chest proudly expanded and sporting the proper strut and consider yourself a bystander when fame gets in a rut is greed. To dissect the truth and satisfy or gain is greed. To incorporate the functions of compassion only to reward your own pleasure is greed. And two, the greed of night will cause the delay of dawn it seems, and evening lingers there. And then suddenly the sun spits morning on yesterday's dreams. Why should man, with all the wonders round about to warm his heart, choose to bypass here instead the cause from where such things as music start? The wasted, damned effort that prevents the better things to be could amplify if so directed. So those that now, though blind, might see. Life is a short display of God's proud handiwork, a fragment of time given us only for a moment. in order to envy immortality.
If you like this episode, click like and add your comments. Better still, why don't you subscribe if you haven't already so that you may receive email notifications of future episodes. Also, check out our other worlds at Seven World Productions: the world of art, the world of faith, the world of family, the world of food, the world of games, and the world of music. Go and be inspired.